Hello and welcome everybody. This is your host Learvok, and you're just in time for more Lego MOC looks at the Atlas series. What are we looking at this time? We're looking at probably my second favorite of the Atlas Mech that I've made. It's a tough one, but this is probably one of my second favorites next to the Atlas Charger, because the Atlas Charger holds a special place in my heart. We're looking at the Atlas Meteor. Now, for those of you whose this is your first video, you're probably wondering, what is an Atlas series mech? I will refer you to the Atlas Charger video, because that is the first one that was made, and that is the one that will explain what the Atlas are. In short, it's a series of mechs using the same kind of frame and cockpit design, but with little variants here and there to give them differences. In this case, we have the Atlas Meteor, which has these giant booster engines on the shoulders and the arms that allow it to go from a very stompy 1 mile a day movement to about 450 miles an hour, kind of hovering boost. It flies large enough, fast enough for it to gain a slight lift, but not actual flight. This is a custom variant of the Atlas Meteor. The actual Atlas Meteors do not have the wings back here, and the Atlas Meteor is more color coordinated. This is a pirate mech, or a bandit mech rather, as you can tell from the pirate logo there. That came from Lego Ninjago actually, and the Bane-esque bandit Jin, who's wearing a respirator to change her voice so people can recognize her. So yeah, a bit of a custom job. So there are some gray here instead of purple. Yeah. The Atlas Meteor, like I said, it's designed to go incredibly fast. It's both the slowest moving of the Atlas series mechs, but it's also the fastest because of its booster engine. The original design of the original concept of the Meteor was to be a kind of like a Formula One racer type mech. Because of that, its armor and systems are reinforced and designed to help the pilots survive those kinds of extreme speeds. Various gyroscopic stabilizers, compensators, a bunch of other science mumbo jumbos. The eggheads up in research and development can figure that out on their own. I'm just a sales pitch guy, which is actually really sad to think that that's kind of actually what I am in this hypothetical scenario. Yeah, so it can, when it gets up to high speed, it's kind of boosting up really fast. Like I said, it kind of hovers above the ground with how fast it moves. It can't fly. It's too heavy to fly. But it moves at such speed that kind of lifts itself up off the ground. The claw on its arm here. This is an electro slicer. Electro generator claw allows it to slice through objects at high speed without damaging the blades. Might be some damage to the mech if you wield it wrong, so it could pieces could bump into the mech. But it can be used to slice into things, cut things up, etc., etc. But yeah, much like with the Atlas Charger and all other Atlases for that matter, this has little eyes up here to kind of act as focal points. It has a little black mouthpiece here that's kind of this is the screen, this is the windshield, the window, quote unquote, not actual window, feature material that the that the person sees through, that the pilot sees through. But like I said, also acts as the mouth, very reminiscent of Gurren Lagann. How dare you kill my father, or whatever. Actually, that is the thing that happened in... Was it the thing that happened in Gurren Lagann? Or was that just... Yeah, the dead body that Kamina found wasn't his dad, right? He just thought it was his dad or something. I don't remember. I need to watch Gurren Lagann again. It's been too long, and I've only seen it like 500 times. I need to see it 501 times. That's good. I'll just watch it 100 more times. It's a good show. Anyway, yeah, there's not much more I can say about the Atlas Meteor. Very heavy, very strong material made into the mech itself. That helps mainly to withstand the booster, the high G-force. Yeah, aside from that, it's an Atlas. The boosters, I should go ahead and mention real quick. The boosters are not my own creation. These are kind of a reverse engineer creation of something I found at my local Lego store, Bricks and Minifigures. I don't know where this came from. I saw this in the bin, like while I was sitting around for pieces, and I just picked it up, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool. It looks like a jet engine sort of thing, or a booster engine of sorts." And I just bought some pieces off of Bricklink to recreate a bunch more. I got these actually on my Batmobile Lego that I got a few years ago. Actually replaces the whole back end of the Batmobile, because the pieces there kind of disappeared on me, and so I replaced it with those pieces with the engines, and I thought it looked better. It actually makes it look better in my opinion. But yeah, one thing I want to mention real quick. I didn't mention this in my last video, in the Atlas Charger video, but I'm going to mention it here, and I'm probably going to mention it for the other videos too. A lot of people have some opinions on using pre-made, generated Lego pieces. My opinion is as follows, and I'm sorry if you hear some noise right now. I'm trying to adjust the lighting here so it doesn't, so you can see the figure correctly. But anyway, so my opinion on using pre-made pieces, it's probably going to happen by accident or by design. As long as you give credit where credit is due, it's fine. And as long as you're not ripping off the entire thing and trying to sell it as your own creation, it's fine. Because an inspiration comes from places all over the place, and sometimes, just sometimes, Lego does it right so well that it's hard to perfect that. I will go ahead and show a mech here with different feet that use a very similar design but different nonetheless. Yeah, does not look as good as the actual kind of slightly longer feet. And it works out so well. Also, this one uses legs from the Lego Iron Man mech. I don't know what set exact. Actually, no, that one's a set on its own. And it's like, I love those legs so much. They work so well. They also work well for arms too. For other Lego arm stuff like that, they work well with arms. Yeah, the pieces work. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it's what you need. And again, as long as you give credit where credit's due. At the end of the day, this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be a community thing. If you don't want to use the pieces, then that's fine. But you're probably going to accidentally come up with that same exact design one way or another. So you might as well just embrace the fact that these configurations exist. But yeah, with all that said, and that little bit of rambling, because I cannot go a video right now without going into rambling, I think it'll be a good enough time to sign off here. So yeah, with all that said, I'll see you guys later.